Hello. How are you? I know. It's been a hot minute. So I'm going to give you a moment to get your notifications, to get situated. For those who check this out that aren't live with us later, this is the stalling portion of the show. So just roll with it. No judgment in this first 2 minutes of the thing, but hang in there. Hang in there. It gets better. It feels good to be awake and doing something earlier in the morning for the first time in a long time. The extended school break gave me an extended sleep in opportunity, so I took it. I mean, why not, right? Why not? As you join Coffee Club this morning, please say hello in the comments because I feel like it has been so long since we connected, since before Christmas. So let's connect and see how everybody's doing. I still, friends, have that sniffle I had from before Christmas. Can you believe it? As I wipe my nose on my hand so grossly. It just, yeah, doesn't matter how much vitamin C I'm shooting. It's still just hanging on in my nose. There's a party in there. Good morning, Calvin. I hope your day is awesome also. Morning, Megan. Morning, April. Yeah, I mean, although it's the 10th, good morning, Cheryl. This is my first opportunity, really, in person to wish you a happy new year. So I hope it's not too late. I heard they were debating it on a radio program I was listening to the other day that like once you hit mid-January, it's apparently not okay to wish somebody a happy new year anymore. Once you hit like the 15th. So I feel like we're still in the window. I don't know if that's a real rule or if it's one somebody made up or what, but happy new year, friends. How are you? How's things? I will admit I'm excited and I'm thrilled that it is going to be warmer in my neck of the woods for the next few days. But the transition from our huge deep freeze to Chinook to this temperature, I'm pretty sure I was exercising demons in my head all weekend. I did not feel good all weekend as the barometric pressure was shifting. That's the only part I hate. Sometimes it affects me worse than others, but I mean, I didn't get a real rager this weekend, but enough. It was just slow and steady enough that it just gross all weekend. Kelly, good morning. Kathy, good morning. Kevin, good morning. But it's above zero today. It's going to be a slushy disaster. But my cars needed to be washed for quite some time. And the extreme cold weather has really prevented me from washing the vehicle. So now I feel like it can warm up, get really even messier, and I'm not going to feel bad about it. And then I can wash it at the end of the week. Here's the plan, Stan. What do you think? I don't know. That's what I'm thinking about this morning. That's what's on my mind. What about you? Kids are back to school in Alberta today. I think they're back to school across the country, but I have not, honestly, I have really stayed away from the news, and I was really on social media very sporadically over the last couple of weeks, just really taking that break, really recouping energy, starting off the new year much more full than when we ended the year, and just taking those much needed breaks. So I have no idea what's going on anywhere. And I'm okay with that because sometimes we just need to work on what's happening in our own bubbles, and that's okay. So, yeah, New Year is here. Exciting things for this year, I think, for everybody. And, it's hard. Maybe you felt a little struggly with that because of the things that happen in the world. And it's hard to make plans when so many things are up in the air. But I hope you will continue to make plans anyway. I hope you will continue to get excited about what could happen in this year. It's kind of interesting because there's people who, I don't know, you can throw in the comments if you're a resolution maker, a goal setter, if the new year becomes that pinnacle point for you to hit reset on what you want to do next. That's awesome. Some people choose, like, I always find the last few years, I guess, even prior to COVID coming into our world, I hate making resolutions or goals in January. I find there's so much societal pressure in the month of January for us to all of a sudden want to transform into completely different beings that I almost just go against it out of spite. I don't know. Call me crazy, but it's you get bombarded with. And I understand, because I work in marketing, the opportunity that's ahead of those who, has set those goals in the year, and they want to be the ones that capture that piece of momentum that people are riding, where this is going to be the year that you're going to transform your body, you're going to transform your mind, you're going to transform your work, whatever that looks like. But it's so much pressure in January that I would rather, like, let's start in February. As people are winding down, we could just get ramped up. And I don't know. I'd like to take January easy instead of just, I guess, succumbing to all the pressure that gets put around in this month for whatever reason. I don't know if it started as a goal thing or it started as a marketing thing. It might be the chicken and the egg scenario. But I just want you to just know, like, if you are not in that place, you are not the goal setter right now, you are not the resolution maker, um, that's okay, because we're exhausted, right? We are still in the midst of pandemic life and we're freaking tired. So, you know what? If you don't want to transform all the things, or you don't want to do any of those things right now, that's okay. That's okay. So don't feel like you have to, or you're the odd one out. Anybody here vision board makers? Does anybody go through the process of creating a vision board? I've seen lots of different kinds over the years where vision boards are sort of dreams, ideas, goals for life. Some people make them for the year specific. Some people take a more intuitive approach to it. And I've been a part of some really cool workshops locally where you make a vision board that has meaning in it that you didn't realize had meaning in it, which is kind of cool. I've seen lots of people posting about creating those vision boards over the last 10 days or so. Are you a vision board creator? Do you make one every year? Have you ever made one? Are you thinking about making one? Candace says, I always say I'm going to make one, but I end up not, because maybe it's the pressure of January. Yeah. I know last year, Candace, I didn't make my vision board, and I do sort of a more intuitive approach to a vision board with a friend of mine. And I don't think I made one until March last year. I think I made mine during spring equinox. That was a reset section for me. I love the start of January for two reasons. You get a new day timer. Okay. I'm old school. I like paper. So the fact that you get to start a new day timer, and I'm nerdy, I like to put tabs and I like to fill out all the things. Here's some things you get to learn about me today. The day timer that you get to start writing in, and I get colored pens. I got the smoking cool new pen from Olive and Finch in High River, if you're in my area. You gotta look at this. It's the kind with you see what I'm saying? And it's got purple ink. These are the things that make the world go around. So that's my first excitement about January. The second is I start a brand new journal. So there's something about a crisp new journal with a brand new page that nothing's ever been written in. And that's my excitement for January. And that's where I leave it. And that's where I leave it. And I like to follow trends of where I get energy from. So, for example, okay, without trying to sound too hoo-hee crazy today or whatever, is like there was a new moon in January back on, I believe it was the 4th, and that was sort of or the 2nd, and that's where you can kind of set some intention. The full moon, the first full moon of 2022 is coming up on the 17th. And sometimes that can feel like a place where, okay, I'm feeling like I'm kind of getting into my groove. What does my stride look like? Maybe I'll set a goal there. But honestly, make them in February or make them in March. Candace, I feel like I need someone to guide me so it works. Yeah. And maybe you don't start your vision board until March. It doesn't matter. There's no rules. I think we think there's rules in January, but I'm here to tell you, let's blow them out of the water. Are you with me on this? You don't have to start all the things in January. You have an entire year. Okay. So if you have a goal in mind for 2022, you have all year to achieve that goal. You do not have to achieve it by the 31st of January. You do not even have to know how you're going to execute the steps of that goal by the 31st of January. Quit allowing society to dictate what works for you, because I think it's so easy to fall prey to that. And all of the advertising of the world right now is pushing you into changing what that is. Does that make sense? I don't know. I'm just a rambly, crazy girl this morning. However, I just want to allow you the permission to do it at your own pace, to figure it out on your own accord, and to do it when it feels right. And if it's not feeling right now, like Candace saying, I always want to make a vision board, but I never end up doing it because probably it comes to the end of January and she's felt too much pressure. And then you think, fuck, I'm not even going to bother now. Right? And then you just don't bother. Where's the rule that says you have to do it then? There isn't one. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know. I like the rule of no rules. That's a rule I can get behind. Well, and it's true. And you can make them up on your own. You can figure it out in your own way. You can decide what that looks like for you. One of the things that I like to do at the beginning of a new year also is I like to pick a word for the year. Now, you may have seen different things about this. You can go about it a number of different ways. And really, what my understanding and what I've chose in this picking a word, and I've picked a word probably for the last, I'm going to say 5 or 6 years. And what that allows me to do is I just try to find something that describes either something I want to do, something I want to feel, something I want to work towards, something to theme sort of my growth of that year. Does that make sense at all? I'm not sure I've had enough coffee to make sense today, so just roll with this. But I like to pick a word that themes the year. And then through the year, when I'm journaling about something, or when you go to make your vision boards, or if you're goal setting, or you're just wanting to check in on your personal growth of the year, you can refer back to your word of the year. And what does that look like? And what could that word be? And honestly, the easiest way to pick one, if you're wondering how that works, is just you can go to different websites where you can pick. I think you can even Google word of the year or whatever, or just go to like a most popular words page or something and just look through them and what pops out at you. What are 2 or 3 words, 3 or 4, whatever it looks like, that just pop out of the page to you that you're gravitating towards? And then narrowing it down to the one that you feel like resonates with you the most. And then that's your word for the year. It's pretty simple. There's no math behind it, or I probably wouldn't do it. And it just gives you an opportunity to guide yourself in personal growth for the year. Just an idea, something you could try this year. If you already have a word that you're going to use for 2022, I would love you to throw it into the comments. If something's popping into your mind in this conversation, throw that in there. If you've never done it before, but maybe you'd like to give it a go, let me know in the comments. Angie says, I don't usually make goals or resolutions. I just try to do my best with everything every day. Solid gold, Angie. Solid gold. I think, yeah, our mantra for the year continues. We'll be a dick. We talked about last year, Kelly's probably going to roll her eyes at me. We talked last year about making t-shirts for that. And that's going to happen this year. Real goal. There we go. Real life thing that's going to happen this year. Uh, the person who texted me their word of the year knows why they just made me blush. Okay. What else? So we're going to do a t-shirt this year. That's going to be something that we're going to do. So stay tuned for that. Share your word in the comments if you're braver. That person does not need to. And we'll roll from there. Wednesday morning, I'm really excited that we have a special guest coming to join us on Coffee Club. We're going to resurrect our WTF Wednesdays a little bit. So we found that last year there was a real, perhaps it was a bit shocking at first, but just having a day where maybe we say the F word a little bit more, we get a little fuckery, we get a little wild, we get a few things off our chest, and we have an opportunity to have a vent day. But I want it to be a productive vent day. So I'm really excited that my friend Vic, who you've met before, if you've been a part of Coffee Club, if you haven't met Vic before, you are definitely going to want to show up on Wednesday because we are going to have some fun. So Vic is going to be back on the show to chat with us because I don't know about you, but I'm getting sick and tired of us waiting to have, whether it's government or world or society, dictate to us how we take care of our own health, how we mandate what is going into our bodies, how we take good care of both our physical health and our mental health. And Vic is somebody who is exceptionally gifted at both of those areas in his life. And he has dedicated his life to helping people do that through the mental wealth campaign, as well as other areas that he does workshops with. And so Vic is going to join us on Wednesday morning, and we're going to take back our health. We're going to take back how we're going to stay healthy and happy in 2022. And Vic is going to give us some tangible, I guess, tips, ideas, things we can do. We're going to share about that. If you've been doing things in your life that has really helped your health and your mental health, then I want you to be a part of the conversation on Wednesday and share that in the conversations, because we can't wait for somebody to do that for us. We need to take some ownership of that ourselves. And so what does that look like? There's no conversation happening in mainstream media right now about how to stay healthier. What are the things that we can do, take, ingest, that build our immunities naturally, that allow us to stay healthier? What are some things when it comes to, people have been so worried and concerned about our children's mental health with the on again, off again school scenarios? What can we do as parents to ensure that our kids' mental health is staying in a good place? How can we make sure our own is, so we can therefore pass it on to other people? Does that make sense? So I'm so excited. And I said to Vic the other day, I said, you're so professional in all the things that you do. Do you enjoy saying the F word a little bit? Which he responded with F yeah, I do. So I think it's going to be a little bit funny as an opportunity for us, again, to clear that throat chakra and have a little bit of fun with it. So expect some tangible tips on Wednesday, and I'm hoping a giggle or two as well, because if I had my way in the world, laughter is 100% the best medicine, and we need more laughing, more outright laughing. So that's coming up on Wednesday morning, and I hope you will join that. So speaking of laughing, some sad news over the weekend. I don't know if you saw this. At first, when I first saw the first sort of announcement about it, I thought it was another one of those fake news things, because there's been so many fake news things talking about people passing away. And so when I saw the announcement that Bob Saget died over the weekend, I was so certain that it was fake news because I had seen his tweet. I think he tweeted, it would have been early Sunday morning, late Saturday night after a show that he did in Orlando about how he did a 2-hour show. Everybody who was at that show got such a gift. And then finding out it was like his last one is epic. But he had done 2 hours of stand up comedy. And he had said in his tweet that he had no idea it was that long. Like he just was having so much fun that he just like had this incredible show. They found him in his hotel room yesterday afternoon. It has not been released yet what his cause of death was, but they had said it doesn't appear to be um, like foul play or drug related. So we're not sure what happened. Bob was only 65. 65. And he just was heading out on his I Don't Do Negativity comedy tour. And it's shocking, right? Like, I think when you have a celebrity, like I wasn't particularly influenced by him. We know Betty White passing just after Christmas was also really shocking. Sidney Poitier passed away, and he was dynamic in his field. Like, it feels like there's a lot happening from that celebrity world, whether you're influenced by any of those people or not. It sort of shocks you a little bit. And I think people have really been shocked by um, these things happening. And I hope, if nothing else, that you will take from it. And this could be the theme of how we live 2022 is you don't know which day is your last one. We have no idea what that chapter looks like, how it's been written, and what the ending says. None whatsoever. So, how can we enjoy each moment that we're living in to its fullest every single day so that if it was by our last day, because even it said with Betty White, she went to sleep, she died peacefully in her sleep at 99. That is the way that I would like to go, is I would go to sleep and not wake up. I don't want it to be anytime soon, but I don't have any control over that. So let's make sure that we are being the best versions of ourselves, the most kind versions of ourselves, and that we are taking our opportunity to share love and light in this world every single day. And yeah, there's going to be days where you wake up and you're like, I don't want to give no love, no light. I don't care. You're allowed to have those. But let's make an effort to make every day count, because you just never know. Candace says you should have Elaine. Oh yeah, she's been on my list forever, Candace. So thank you for the reminder. She'll drop a good F-bomb, but not with the kids. Well, yeah, they're in school right now. We're fine. So it's good. Thank you for having coffee with me today. It has been awesome to reconnect with you. It has been so great to touch base. I have enjoyed hanging out with you this morning, as always. Look forward to Vic joining us with some great mental and physical health tips on Wednesday morning. Oh, and it also could be a wellness Wednesday. You'd think I planned these things. Yeah. Have a wonderful start to your day, to your week. Jenny Jones, have a wonderful week to you as well. And yeah, we look forward to having some fun. We'll see you Wednesday. We'll see you Friday. We're back to our Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. So let's have some fun. Make it a great week. Be kind, my friends, and we'll see you on